What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Toshi today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Okay, here we are on this, the 19th of April, sitting at about 30344 in the price. I think it's clear as day, man, that you had a bull flag right here, and you've actually broken out of it to the upside, right? That's what we were talking about last time. You had a bull flag here, flag pole, flag, and you're breaking out of it now. It might be more obvious on the 4-hour time frame. Right, here's your flag. You've broken out of it, and now I think you're on your way to higher prices. You're likely going to see a full extension of this bull flag measure move. I think this would be a more appropriate low to take, low to high here. It doesn't look so pretty on the 4-hour time frame, but on the daily it looks a little bit more pretty. And that would take you up to about 306. So 306 is the next target area. We put a horizontal line there just to keep that area in mind right there. Delete this, and we look at this on a daily time frame, you'd be finding resistance right here at prior areas of support. So that's a very nice area there. I very much believe that's what you're going to do. You've found resistance here at this prior area of resistance as well, right? Found support here, kind of at an area of support back here. Oh my goodness, do you have an inverse head and shoulders? Kind of at an area of support here as well. The only reason I say that is this could be your left shoulder, that'd be your head. It's not an inverse head and shoulders. It's too big of a head, too narrow of shoulders, but still similar kind of thought might produce a similar type of move. But all in all, I do think that you've seen your downtrend, right? You've come down and you're now rounding out your bottom like this. You've got the higher low. You're ready to build from there, man. So I think that you've got a little bit more growth in you over the coming days. By the end of April, the expectation would be that you're up around this area, 306. Just above, just below, you've got reasons to stop at that area specifically, or just below or just above, so it doesn't have to be too specific, but somewhere in that area. Daily RSI is set up very nice. First off, you had a very nice double bottom on the RSI, beautiful. And now with your being in this above the 50 area, looking like you're geared to go above the 60 area. Whenever you see the overbought readings, that's generally where you get some of your stronger moves. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if we did go through this measure move and we did see prices that are a little bit higher from a high to a low perspective. Might take us to like 30738, somewhere around there, yeah. Finding prior resistance as current resistance, prior support as current resistance. I could see it. Could we stop a little lower? Sure, we have the 382. We could stop a little bit lower at 00055. Anything and everything in between is possible, okay? Looking at this on a 4-hour time frame, the 4-hour RSI is very bullish as well. You had a little pickup in volume, which is nice to see on this move up. That's good. As you move higher, you want to see that volume pick up more. You don't need to see anything crazy, but just something that's building from this relative area here. And I think that you will. 4-hour RSI is looking good. You've got a relative lower low in the RSI with a relative higher low in the price. It's called hidden bullish divergence. You're getting overbought and you're not getting oversold. You're bouncing off the 40 area. That's great to see. 1-hour RSI, looking at the shorter term stuff. Yeah, you're building down, cooling way the hell off. It almost looks like you want to keep going lower, but let's just see how it goes. I don't know. Let's see how it goes, because you might go lower, but I think you're going to continue going higher. And even if you do go lower on the 1-hour time frame here, man, it's not going to be too significant. Like maybe you're at 30342 right now. Maybe you go to 30328, something like that, right? I don't think that you'd go too much lower than that though. And then just looking at this. Looking at the RSI, I mean, you're getting much more significantly overbought readings than you are oversold readings, right? You just dip in and dip out. You've been living above the 50 recently. I think that you're going to turn around at some point here pretty soon. So not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but if you're looking to buy Toshi, I'm looking to buy Toshi, man. This is probably a good last call area to buy before you really start to take off. Let's see, from this current price here, the expectation would be that we see targets. Let's see, I want to make sure high to low. Let's put it on this one too, Toshi, and we'll do it on Bybit. Does that have more? No, let's do it on MEXC. MEXC, where you at? MEXC, right there. Just make sure that we have a couple different, because Coinbase doesn't always have the most accurate readings. Sometimes it has lower liquidity and prices get pushed a little higher or a little bit less high, but oftentimes it's a little bit higher. So by MEXC's account, the minimum target would be 2045. By Coinbase's account, I think it's the same. Yeah, 2005 actually, not 2045. So it's a little bit different, right? I mean, that's a huge difference. That's a difference of a 13x and a 14.3x. You know what I mean? That's a huge difference. So I don't know. Maybe we should use the MEC-C measurements just to keep things conservative, right? The expectation would be at a minimum that you see 0045 come into play. And then at a maximum, I would think the 1618 is possible. That's pretty crazy though, right? I think it's possible, but it's pretty crazy, man. It's a 30x from here, right? That'd be at 1 cent. I do accept it as a possibility. 1 cent would provide some very strong psychological resistance there. Also, being at the golden ratio, there's multiple reasons for finding resistance there. It's very possible that even if you reach for this, you might not hit it. You just reach for it and fall just shy of it. So stuff to be aware of. But I doubt you break above 1 cent by the end of this next move, by the end of June, right? But I do think you see some major headway. I do believe new all-time highs are headed your way. You'll see something on the lines of a 13x to potentially a 20x in growth overall. Something around 007 to 0045. That's the expectation. And I don't really think I have anything else I want to say, guys. If you do go lower, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but if you do, if you happen to be fortunate enough to catch this thing while it's going lower, and MEC-C might not be the most reliable as far as volume goes. It looks like you're getting a lot of volume here, but the volume that you got here is 59 million, whereas on Coinbase over this last hour, what have you got? This last hour, you've got 263 million, but it looks like dramatically less volume, right? So Coinbase has its reasons to be used, right? It's got more volume, stuff like that for volume analysis. It looks like insignificant volume, but it's actually very significant volume, especially compared to this one here, where it looks like there's significant volume, but Coinbase just has more trading volume than MEC-C. Anyways, if you do go lower from here, it's possible. It is possible that you see prices, let's see, as low as 3032 to 30315, something in that area, but I doubt you would go lower than that. I don't even expect you to go down there personally. I think that soon enough, probably sooner than later, you'll be moving higher, upwards and onwards to that 306 area that we were talking about in the beginning of the video. And again, if I honestly don't even think you're going lower than this. I think that is your low. I don't think you go lower than this. But if you were to go lower, you've got 3033 to find support at, 3032, 30315, stuff like that. All those areas, anything and everything in between is possible, and that would be it, man. So very insignificant drop compared to the pump that's about to happen. And I would expect this pump to come into play. I think it's happening right now. It just doesn't feel like it over the last day here, but it is happening right now. I think that over the next week, by the end of this month, probably even by the end of next week, before the 27th, I would expect that you see 306 come into play. But I've got nothing else for you guys, so hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.